Have you ever felt that the more you give to others, the less they seem to appreciate you? That your kindness turns into your weakness, and your availability becomes a kind of prison? Today, you're going to discover why loving yourself isn't selfish. It's actually the most powerful way to protect yourself in a world that's always trying to drain your energy. Let me share something Carl Jung understood decades ago, something that will change how you see yourself forever. When you don't love yourself, when you don't set clear boundaries, when you don't protect your energy, you're not being noble or selfless. You're actually sending a beacon to emotional vampires who can sense your need for approval, much like sharks smell blood in the water. Jung put it perfectly. Everything that annoys us and others can teach us something important about ourselves. But here's the catch that few realize. When you don't love yourself, you project that lack of self-love into everything you do. You accept emotional scraps, tolerate disrespect, say yes when you really want to say no, and then wonder why people don't value you. The first big truth you need to grasp is this: your self-esteem is your strongest defense system. When you truly love yourself, when you know your worth, when you understand you deserve respect, something amazing happens. You stop attracting people who want to take advantage of you. Why? Because your energy shifts completely. Imagine that. Picture yourself at a social event. Someone throws a rude comment your way. A person who doesn't love themselves might feel the need to justify, defend, or explain why that comment is wrong. But a person who loves themselves simply smiles and changes the subject, or better yet, quietly steps away from the conversation. Not because they're rude, but because they know their peace is worth more than any external approval. Now, try this exercise. Think back to the last time someone disrespected you. How did you react? Did you desperately defend yourself? Did you try to explain or justify? Did you lose sleep over what you should have said? If you answered yes to any of these, it's a sign your self-esteem needs strengthening. Can you see how your own lack of self-love invites others to mistreat you? We'll dive deeper into that next. The second revolutionary truth is this: people treat you exactly how you teach them to treat you. Jung knew this when he said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." But here's what they don't tell you. You have the power to control that reaction. When you don't love yourself, when you don't set clear boundaries, when you allow others to cross lines that shouldn't be crossed, you're teaching them it's okay to disrespect you. It's not because they're bad people. It's because you showed them they can, without facing consequences. Think about that one person in your life who's always late when meeting you. Do you know why they keep doing it? Because you always wait for them. You taught them your time isn't valuable, that they can show up whenever they want because you'll be there. Now think of someone you deeply respect and admire. Would you ever be late to meet that person? Of course not. The difference is simple. That person respects themselves, so you respect them. Here's a powerful exercise. For the next 3 days, whenever someone asks you to do something, don't immediately say yes. Pause for 5 seconds. Ask yourself, do I really want to do this? Or am I just saying yes to avoid conflict? If it's the latter, say no. You don't owe anyone an explanation. A simple no, I can't, is enough. Do you start to see the pattern? When you love and respect yourself, you automatically teach others to do the same. And that brings us to the next point. The third life-changing revelation is this: self-love isn't just a feeling, it's an action. Jung understood this deeply when he wrote, "An individual has never been able to live life fully without being in harmony with themselves." But here's the problem. Most people wait to feel love before they start acting lovingly. They're waiting for a motivation that never arrives. Self-love is built through daily actions, small decisions that show you value yourself. It's getting up early to exercise, even when you don't feel like it. It's saying no to social invites when you need time for yourself. It's walking away from toxic conversations, even if others think you're being antisocial. It's investing in your personal growth, even if nobody notices. I know a woman who, for years, was the go-to confidant for all her friends. Whenever anyone had a problem, they called her. She was always available, always ready to listen, always giving advice. But when she needed support, those same people were too busy. One day, she decided to practice what Jung would call individuation. She started prioritizing her own healing. She stopped being available 24/7 as she began saying no to dramatic calls. She invested in her own well-being. Do you know what happened? She lost many friends, but gained her own life back. Now it's your turn. Repeat after me. My well-being is my responsibility and my priority. Say it out loud. Feel it, because until you make your well-being a priority, no one else will. If this message is resonating with you, if you're beginning to awaken to your own power, please like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Real transformation starts the moment we decide to stop being victims of our own choices. Are you starting to understand why you attract the relationships you do? We'll explore that next. The fourth truth you must internalize is this: your energy is your most precious asset, and when you don't protect it, you become a magnet for emotional vampires. Jung understood this perfectly when he said, "Psychic energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed." The problem is, most people allow others to turn their positive energy into exhaustion, frustration, and emptiness. Emotional vampires aren't always the obviously toxic people. Often, they're those who constantly need your help, who always have a new drama, who guilt-trip you when you're not available. You can recognize them easily. After interacting, you feel drained, confused, or emotionally empty. But here's what Jung truly understood: these vampires can't steal your energy unless you give it to them. The difference between someone who loves themselves and someone who doesn't is that the person who loves themselves notices when their energy is being drained and takes immediate steps to protect themselves. Let me share a personal example. There was someone in my life who always called me with their problems. Every conversation lasted hours and was all about their drama. They never asked how I was doing. At first, I thought I was being a good friend by listening. But after each call, I felt like I'd run a marathon. One day, I decided to set what Jung would call energetic boundaries. I limited those conversations to 15 minutes. If they didn't respect that limit, I ended the call. Guess what happened? That person stopped calling, not because they were mean, but because they could no longer use my energy as their emotional battery. Here's a revealing exercise. For 1 week, after each social interaction, ask yourself, how do I feel energetically? More energized or more drained? Write down your answers at the end of the week. You'll spot clear patterns about who nurtures you and who drains you. Do you see how your lack of energetic boundaries has drawn exactly the people you have in your life? We'll talk about that next. The fifth and final truth that will transform your reality is this: true self-love means becoming your own best friend, not your worst critic. Jung expressed this brilliantly. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. But most people spend their lives being their own worst enemies, talking to themselves in ways they'd never use with a stranger. Think about it. If a friend said all the cruel things you say to yourself, would you still be friends with them? Of course not. Why do you tolerate that kind of inner dialogue? When you don't love yourself, when you constantly criticize, when you ignore your achievements and exaggerate your mistakes, you train your mind to see you as unworthy of love and respect. This mindset spills over into all your external relationships. If you don't speak to yourself with love, why would you expect others to? If you don't celebrate your wins, why expect others to? If you don't forgive your mistakes, why wait for others' compassion? I know a man who sabotaged himself for years. Every time something good happened, he found a way to ruin it. In relationships, when someone treated him well, he started looking for flaws in them. At work, when he got recognition, he minimized his achievements. One day, he realized his worst enemy wasn't out there. It was inside his own mind. He began practicing what Jung called radical self-acceptance. He started speaking to himself like he would to his best friend. He began celebrating his small victories. He started forgiving his mistakes. His life changed completely. Not only did his relationships improve, but he began attracting opportunities he used to sabotage. Now, try this transformative exercise for the next 21 days. Each morning, look in the mirror and say 3 things you appreciate about yourself. Not just physical traits, but your character, efforts, and qualities. At first, it will feel strange, even fake, but do it anyway. After 21 days, you will have reprogrammed your inner voice. Repeat after me. I am worthy of love and respect, starting with myself. Say it until you truly feel it, because until you believe in your own worth, you'll keep accepting emotional scraps from others. Are you ready to make the most important change of your life? If this video is transforming you, if you feel like you're finally understanding why you live the way you did, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because this is just the beginning of your awakening. The truth Jung grasped, and now you do too, is that loving yourself isn't selfish. It's emotional survival. It's the only real way to protect yourself from a world constantly trying to convince you that you're not enough. When you truly love yourself, set clear boundaries, protect your energy, and become your own best friend, something magical happens. You no longer need external validation to feel complete. You stop attracting emotional vampires because your energy is no longer accessible to them. You stop tolerating disrespect because you know you deserve better. You stop saying yes when you want to say no because your peace is more important than others' approval. You stop sabotaging yourself because you finally understand you are your most powerful ally, not your enemy. This doesn't mean you become cold or indifferent. It means you love from a place of fullness, not neediness. It means you give because you want to, not because you fear losing others' love. It means you relate to others from authenticity, not from a mask. Jung was right when he said that the process of individuation, becoming who you truly are, requires unconditional self-love. Because only when you love yourself can you truly love others. Only when you respect yourself can you genuinely respect others. Only when you protect yourself can you protect who really matters. If this message touched your heart, if you recognize patterns in your life that need to change, if you're ready to stop being a victim of your own lack of self-love, write in the comments. I choose my peace. I want to see how many of you are ready to make this revolutionary change. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it, because real transformation starts when we decide to love ourselves enough to protect ourselves from a world that wants us small, needy, and dependent. Your life is waiting for you to love yourself enough to live it fully. The time is now. The power is in you. And remember, loving yourself isn't selfish. It's your most powerful protection. That if this message resonated with you and sparked a new awareness about your self-worth, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video that helps you grow stronger from within. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this truth today, because real change starts when we choose to love and protect ourselves first. Your journey to empowerment begins now, and I'll be with you every step of the way.